I frequently put projects on the back burner for a lot of different reasons, and some of those projects are so far back beyond the back burner that they would metaphorically be back between the walls and the stove. And once I got that image in my head, I decided it was time to do a love-hate UFO WIP parade and try to decipher what happened with some of these. I'm Michelle, this is my romantic tangle, and over the past few years I have switched projects for a lot of different reasons. I love big projects. I love them. I do not usually do them start to finish all at once. I will put them aside, I will take breaks, I will work on other things, and sometimes I decide I don't like the project, sometimes life gets in the way, and sometimes we'll like go on a vacation and I'll come home and forget what I was working on before we left, although that doesn't happen nearly as often as it used to since I started using a planner. I'm better at keeping track. So let's look at my big UFOs and see if we can tell where they went wrong, or if they even went wrong. With the exception of Pink Dahlia, which is this one on the top, most of these I don't think I have shown on my Flosstube channel. Definitely not this year, probably not last year. They've been sitting for a long time. So this is Pink Dahlia, and I have a love-hate relationship with it. It's by Needle Art World, and it is a stamp. It is a no-count cross-stitch kit I got at Hobby Lobby's cross-stitch clearance. It is fun to work on, but the middle of the flower is fiddly, which is what's giving you all this great shading and detail, and the petals are easy, and I have to be in the right mood to work on this one. There's nothing wrong with it, it's my mood. Here's Cuckoo Clock. It's a Riolis kit I started forever ago. And I started up here at the tip of the clock and I've been working my way down. I think I'm intimidated by it. It is a lot of brown. The more I worked on it the last time I had this as a focus project, the more I fell in love with it. I have the chains and the weights to do, and some more up here on the body of the clock itself. I see myself finishing this. This one is Beacon at Daybreak. It's a Dimensions Gold Collections Petite. I started it again years ago. I don't know. I love Dimensions kits. I love gold petite kits. I love confetti. There is no reason the confetti on the side of the lighthouse should be giving me as much trouble as it is, but for some undefinable reason, this project and I aren't really totally getting along, and I pulled it out last month. It was going to be my focus project, and then I started having too much fun with some other different things, so I set it aside again, and that's okay because I will get back to it later. This is Furry Friends. It's another Riolis kit. I started it for Mania years ago. I started in the corner with the lampshade. Didn't get very far, and it looks nice now that it's stitched. The act of stitching it was so unbelievably boring. I can't find the pattern picture. There are a couple more cats and a clock and more books, and I am actually feeling really optimistic about this one right now because I think stitching the books, which have lots of solid sections of color, I think this will be a good, relaxing project to pick up. Of course, at the point where I realized that, I didn't know where the project bag with the project in it was, but I found it. Apparently, I took it to the coast last year or the year before or something and had it tucked away with quilting supplies. I definitely want to pick this one back up. This is a Riolis kit. The name is not popping into my head right now. It is a Still Life. I loved the orange and I love the cheese, and over here there's going to be a seashell, and I love the colors. I love the effect that the shading creates. The black Ada intimidates me and I find it challenging to work on, so this is one I have done in small doses. I'll pick it up again. I want to finish it. There's no time frame. There's no time frame for any of this stuff. This is Stitching Lessons. It is a Reolus kit, lint from the Black Ada. I love this one. I loved starting this one. I have no idea why I put this one aside, because I don't think I had any trouble with this one. And actually, yes, I know what happened with this one. Something else came up and I put it aside with the intention of coming back to it, and that just never happened. Which is a shame, because like I said, I love this one. It's big, it's gorgeous, it's going to be a huge commitment of time, but I definitely want to finish it. This is All Is Calm. It's a Dimensions, I think, Gold Collection kit. I found it at Goodwill for $2.25. Actually, I found it at St. Vinny's for $2.25. It was still in the packaging, but the outer cardboard with the picture was gone, so I don't think anyone else knew what it was. Dimensions kits have a very distinct style to their charts, and I saw trees, and I thought that I knew what it was. I bought it, I brought it home, and found the name, and looked it up online, and went, yes, I love this. I most definitely want to stitch it. It has a lot of white snow, and at the same time that I started this, I was working on a large piece with a little girl in a white dress and a little girl's fancy, which is a Paula Vaughn with lots of white on the quilts, lots of white on the curtains, and I was just done with white. I'll pick this one up again. Not sure when, it's not at the top of the list. This is a Mill Hill kit that I started for Flossoween a couple years back and didn't get very far because I just don't like perforated paper. The perforated paper intimidates me. The beads intimidate me. I could let this one go. I won't, but I could. And this is Carps. It is another big Reolus kit on 10 count. I set it aside because things happened. It's pretty. I will finish it again. I don't know when. This work my friends may have when I am dead and in my grave. I had fun with this. This is one of my rare projects where I am stitching on linen, and I need to chart my name and the date for the bottom of this. And I don't think I have enough fabric for everything, and honestly, I could finish this, I could add the bottom border, and I could be done. And I wouldn't have to chart my name. I'm going to have to think about that. I am not making hasty decisions with any of these. European Bistro. I love it. I have not had a single problem with it. It intimidates me. I am so afraid of messing it up, even though I know one stitch at a time, I can do this. Do you have projects that you love so much you're afraid to work on them because something might go wrong? This is Sanctuary by Marty Bell, and it's a church scene. I started this 18 plus years ago, which I know because it was boxed up in my sewing room. I don't remember starting this. I don't remember putting it away for any particular reason. I have no idea what happened here. I did pull it out a few months ago to start working on it again, and I need to make a working copy, and my printer is broken, and it's a lot of confetti. This is Dimensions Southwest Mesa. I had to print the picture off of the internet because my original has gone missing. When I very first wanted to start cross-stitching, my husband bought me this kit. My original attempt did not survive, but the original chart did. And I got it into my head that I wanted to give it another shot. And it was mania, and I only got that far. And I really need to work on this because I want to stitch this. My life needs this in it to be complete. This one's Rainy Summer by Reolus. All of this is half stitches. And I got about that far, and I think I got intimidated by all the confetti. And I started working on something else, and whatever that something else was must have been easier or more fun, or I don't know. Blue Jays, I started for a stitch along with Calico Whimsy and someone else, and I only got that far, and I don't know what distracted me, but something obviously did. This is Design Works. Stitcher's Alphabet, I think, is the name of it. I got that far before deciding that I hate the floss that came in this kit. But I like the image, and I might force my way through it. This is why I put aside stitching lessons. There was a Riola stitch along, and I wanted to play and post weekly updates, and I did. And I stitched a lot. This is called First Evening in Their Own Home. I love it. Again, that white tablecloth. White floss is my undoing, and shades of almost white floss are my undoing, and I got so burned out by the pink folds of her dress, as much as I love them. And I almost decided at one point that I had had my fun with this one and I was done and not going to pick it up again. But it'd be a shame not to finish it, right? And this one is Noise of Waterfall. I don't know where the original pattern picture has gotten to. It's fun. It's 10 count. I love the colors. I love the effect of all the shading. It is so much water that I had to step back from it. And I really need to pick it back up again too. I totally made a mess pawing through these. Now I need to get them all back in their project bags with their pictures and their charts and their threads. Some of these I can see clearly where things went wrong. Some of them, if I don't know why I put them aside, I'm going to guess that maybe that was a vacation. A lot of times life has thrown us a curveball, or something has happened to derail us, and that means the stitching gets put aside. A couple of days ago, disaster struck. I have been massively derailed, so I don't know what my posting schedule is going to look like for the immediate future. I will post as I can and share projects as I'm able to work on them, but things are going to be interesting for a while. Thanks for watching. I'm Michelle. This is my romantic tangle, and I'll be back with you just as soon as I can.